Now we're about to have good fun with one of my nieces, your cousin, Shafine. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
Well, Buffy, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so thankful that you're here today, and I'm so excited to chat with you. So, I hear you have some questions for me. What's your first question, darling?
Sure. So, Buffy, my husband and I have been married for 11 years. He's into frugal spending, and I'm more like, okay, we have invested in real estate. I'm selling international real estate. You make six figures. We should be able to spend some money.
Mm.
And so he's more into frugal spending. I'm more like, okay, we're earning enough to kind of not not go overboard, but to splurge just a little bit. What are your thoughts on that, Buffy?
Okay, so before I get into your question, I gotta shout out my niece. Wait a minute. We own properties and we sell property. Tell me about your business, honey. You know, Auntie got to be proud now. Tell me about what you got going on. You're a real estate agent?
Yes, so I'm an international real estate agent. That happened recently. When I met my husband, we were landlords. We owned three family properties, and that got a little crazy. So we decided to own a home, just a single family, rented out a tenant. I'm sorry, who actually helps pay half of our mortgage.
Love it.
And still makes his, earned income. He makes six figures, and I'm currently doing international real estate in Ghana, Dominican Republic, and recently Dubai.
Nice. Okay. All right. Proud auntie moment. Yes, no. Okay, so I'm gonna get I gotta get all in your business and I gotta shout out and when
I
I
love.
see my nieces doing well, I gotta let the people to know. So okay, so you are Miss Spendy and he is frugal. You like money is earned to be spent.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like we're still growing, right? But I feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, and sometimes, yeah, I just feel like we could spend a little bit. He's more like save for emergencies. We could still own more properties, maybe own properties internationally. We should be saving for that opposed to bowling out. You know what I mean? And I say
Mm-hmm.
not too much, not too much, just like a little trip here and there, little vacation with the kids, stuff like that.
Okay. So do y'all have a budget that incorporates having a little bit of balling, a little bit of fun, a little bit of vacations, a little bit of going out to eat, a little shopping? Does your budget incorporate wants or is it just needs?
So it's incorporating now after over 11 years, it's incorporating a little more. Like I'm learning like you can kind of do both, right? You can have the wants and you can have the needs. But that also goes to my next question, Buffy. Like I had decided to take myself off of our joint account.
Uh-huh.
So like I didn't understand that wants and needs, type of I didn't have that mindset. And so my next question is now that I'm getting there slowly, like you can have fun, but like if you go on vacation, it don't have to be 3 or 4 times a year. It can be maybe once a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question, and you can answer, as one question at a time if you need to. But it's like, do you think I should put myself back on a joint account now that I'm better at spending? I'm getting
Okay, so wait, I'll answer that and then I'm gonna go back to the other question.
better.
So I am a big fan in marriages of having a joint account just for the marital expenses, like
Okay.
the mortgages, grocery, like credit cards, and all of that. And so each party deposits whatever they're gonna deposit toward the monthly needs for the family, and that is all that comes out of that account. But
Okay.
then it's fine for each party to have their own separate checking account because you're still an individual. I mean, you're married, but you're still your own person. And in our household, we allocate out of our salaries a portion, we call it our allowance. The allowance that goes to each of our personal accounts that we can spend on whatever we want to spend on and not have to clear with each other. And so it creates the individuality that you still need to have in a marriage with your
Mhm.
own account that nobody's eyes is on except yours. And you can do whatever you want with. And then the joint account where we take care of our responsibilities. And we do the same with like investments and brokerage accounts and all that. When you're married, you're a team. And yes, we should join these things, but you should also have your own private. Because what if you want to buy your husband a gift? You don't want him to see what you bought. What if you want to save up for something special for him and the kids and you not hide it, but you don't want them just to see that you're doing. You want to have your own account, and there's nothing wrong with that. In terms of you getting added back to the joint account, if you're just going to be added to the joint account, just in name only, I say yes. If it's working for y'all where your husband's doing all managing all that, then that's fine. But you do need to be on the account. I'm a big proponent of when you're in a marriage, even if you choose one person who's better at budgeting and does all that stuff, everybody needs to be on every account. Everybody needs to know where all the money is, where the expenses are, where the will is, where the trust is, where the life insurance policies. Because if one of you becomes incapacitated, you need to know how to handle things. And I saw many times in my practice where a husband would pass away sadly, and the wife, who was living a soft life and never experienced paying bills or knew anything about it, didn't know if they had life insurance, didn't have access to the checking account, and was completely lost. So to answer your question, yes, add yourself back onto the joint account, but if it's working where he's taking care of it, then that's totally fine.
Okay.
And then Oh, great. And then back to the original question about you guys having the difference in being frugal and being a saver. It's the same in my marriage. We probably would live in a trailer if it was up to me, if trailers were appreciating assets. And my husband is like, whatever, we work hard. We should be able to, go on vacation to France for a month. And, we put together a happy medium with that, in that we incorporate both of our needs and wants in our budget within means. And so we have a date night where we go over our budget once a month. And that is something that you and your husband can do, and do it from home. Have dinner brought in, have a glass of wine if you drink, and sit down and say, these are our goals, our short-term goals for this quarter or this year. This is what I want. This is what you want. And then y'all vote on it and put the budget together so that neither one of you are feeling like you're not getting what you think you're supposed to get out of life. Because if you're working all the time and you don't feel like you getting anything out of busting your behind selling real estate, your husband doing his thing, then you'll get burnt out. And so it is very important to incorporate both in your family budget. And if you have a question for Auntie Buffie, please text CBYB to 404-737-1091, and I just might feature your question on an upcoming episode. Thanks so much, Chiffon, and good luck. I'm so proud of you. Now, you're a real estate agent international. Where can the people find you, honey?
Absolutely. So you're gonna go to _Shrinko on Instagram. That's my Instagram handle. _Shrinko.
Spell that, darling.
That's sure. CHRENCO.
All right, we'll shout you out. All right, thank you so much, darling. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I really appreciate you being on the show.